Nowadays, it's becoming increasingly common for members of royal families to marry people of different ethnicities and cultures. However, 23 years ago, when Prince Maximilian of Liechtenstein married Angela Brown, a native of Panama and a woman of African origin, it was a groundbreaking event that attracted considerable attention. Many people were curious about how the couple managed to convince their families to accept their relationship, especially given the historical context of European royal families marrying outside their own class and ethnicity. People also wondered about the challenges that the couple faced in fighting for their love and the hurdles they may have encountered along the way. Despite these challenges, Prince Maximilian and Angela Brown have been married for 23 years and have built a successful life together. Their marriage has shown that love and commitment can transcend cultural and ethnic barriers, and that people from different backgrounds can come together to form a strong and loving partnership. In this video, we will take a look back at the marriage of Prince Maximilian and Angela Brown, exploring their journey, the challenges they faced, and the life they've built together after 23 years of marriage. It's a story of love, perseverance, and the power of diversity to enrich our lives and broaden our horizon. But before we dive in, welcome to Crown Luxury. Here, we provide you with the latest updates and news and all that's happening around the world of luxury. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. When the American actress of African descent Meghan Markle became the wife to Prince Harry, for many, it was like a fairy tale about Cinderella. This story proved that every ordinary girl of any origin can become a princess. However, in 2000, in the history of the European monarchy, there was already a similar example of a happily married couple, Prince Maximilian of Liechtenstein and a girl of African descent. At that time, the couple had to go through great trials to be together. After all, society then was not yet ready for such alliances. In addition, from time immemorial, it has been customary for princes to marry only girls of noble blood. However, the Liechtenstein royal family became a role model for lots of people and showed through their actions to everyone that the world is changing, and in the new century, it's time to abandon past prejudices. Angela Giselia Brown was born into an ordinary family in Panama in 1958. Her father was a businessman, and her mother was a housewife. When she was 5 years old, the family moved to New York City. Then, Angela graduated from elementary and high school, and then entered the Parsons School of Design. In some surprising way, the girl had a rare refined taste and good manners similar to royalty. As a student, Angela won the coveted Oscar de la Renta Gold Thimble Award. She was very talented and hardworking. It's unlikely that she could ever imagine that one day she would receive the title of princess. However, Angela wanted to achieve success on her own, without the help of somebody else. Therefore, immediately after graduation, she partnered with a firm in Hong Kong to establish her own fashion label called A. Brown. After that, she worked for some time as a fashion director at the clothing firm, Adrienne Vittadini. When Angela was 39, her life changed completely. The fact that miracles can happen at any time of your life, and by miracle I mean that you can meet a prince at any age. Prince of Liechtenstein Maximilian met Angela Brown at one of the parties in New York. Prince Maximilian was 11 years younger than her. After being of a different race, the age was also another issue because the couple had a pretty big age difference, which society also did not approve of in those days. Apart from that, do you know where Liechtenstein is? Well, if you didn't know, then Liechtenstein is a state in the Alps, which is located between Austria and Switzerland. It's the 6th smallest nation worldwide. The population here is only 38,000, but at the same time, there is one of the highest standards of living. Although the Prince of Liechtenstein is the world's 6th wealthiest monarch, his fortune is around $3.5 billion. The combined wealth of the members of the royal house of Liechtenstein reportedly exceeds the wealth of the British royal family. So as you can see, being in such a wealthy family is a great privilege. Prince Maximilian never planned to ascend the throne of his father. He's the second son of Prince Hans Adam II and Princess Marie, so he can lead a normal, quiet life. However, Prince Maximilian of Liechtenstein was born on the 16th of May, 1969 in Basel, Switzerland. Professionally, he's known as Max von Liechtenstein. He is a member of the Liechtenstein princely family and a businessman. If we talk about his educational life, after passing his examinations at the Liechtensteinisches Gymnasium in Vaduz, he studied at the European Business School in Ostrich-Winkel, Germany, and graduated in 1993. In 1998, he completed an MBA degree at the Harvard Business School in Boston, Massachusetts. Princess Maximilian went to work for Chase Capital Partners, which is the private equity arm of Chase Manhattan Corporation in New York City. After an interval which he earned his advanced degree in business, he worked for 2 years for Industry Capital. In 2003, he began the management of the German office of J.P. Morgan & Partners. Since the spring of 2006, he has been the chief executive officer of the LGT Group. Professionally, he's referred to as Prince Max, rather than Maximilian. Royal duties and ceremonies almost never interested him. He keeps a low profile and tries not to share his personal life. Prince Maximilian fell in love with Angela Brown, who impressed him with her great taste and style. However, before proposing to her, he received the approval of his father, Prince Hans Adam II. Of course, many people in Liechtenstein were shocked by the choice of the prince. Some were sure that the monarchy in this state was nearing its end. They said that it was the end of an era. But there were also people of more progressive views who were not embarrassed by either the age or the origin of the bride. Today, it's hard to imagine how difficult it was for the couple to go against public opinion because this was the first interracial marriage in the history of the European royal court. Prince Maximilian and Angela Brown overcame all prejudice and tied the knot in New York City in January 2000. In total, there were approximately 500 guests at the wedding, including all family members. The bride wore a dress of her own design. It was an elegant outfit with long sleeves and minimalist jewelry. She also wore a royal tiara on her head. By the way, Meghan Markle's attire during her wedding ceremony was very similar to the dress of Angela Brown. Prince Harry's wife probably got her inspiration from this very ceremony. After the wedding, Angela became the Princess of Liechtenstein and Countess of Reitberg. A year later, their son Alfonso was born. Since then, the family has lived happily together. They often visit Liechtenstein, Panama, the UK, and the USA. However, they stay away from the press and do not attend royal social events. Perhaps the only event they attended together was the wedding of Countess Elizabeth in Belgium in 2006. Princess Angela gave her only interview in 2015 about tourism in Panama. The rest of the time, the couple refuses to communicate with the press. They also try not to show their son to journalists. However, several pictures with the boy have leaked onto the internet. Today, Alfonso is already 21 years old. He's the sixth in line to the royal throne of Liechtenstein, but he's unlikely to take the throne, so he does not take part in royal ceremonies and lives like an ordinary guy of his age. Prince Maximilian and Princess Angela have been married for 23 years. This proves that the strongest couples are those who marry for love. And it doesn't matter what their age difference and origins are. I think that the story of this couple showed everyone that the world in the new century should be ruled by love and not social origin. Also, old dynasties are adapting to life in today's globalized world, and old customs are becoming a thing of the past. Do you agree with the interracial marriages, or do you think that the monarchy should be more conservative? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. So that's all for today's video. If you think this video was useful for you and you want to stay connected with us, please don't forget to like and subscribe to Crown Luxury and hit that bell icon to be notified for our future videos. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.